Welcome to this week's episode of Listen to Your Coaches. I am your coach, Mike Wilkins, here with Coach Will Morrow. And behind the scenes, we got him back, the young Max Gerald. This week, we're going to be talking about UFC Abu Dhabi that happened this past weekend. Talk a little bit about the upcoming fights. But what I really want to get into today is UFC 319. I know we're still about 3 weeks away, but I'm really excited about that card.
Me too.
All right, let's kick it off with UFC Abu Dhabi. The first thing that I want to talk about is like, how sick is it when cards are in the middle of the day?
Brother, dude, it's done at 6 p.m. and then you can like go about your day.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I just like that I don't fall asleep.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And also like, it's not even just physically falling asleep. It's forcing yourself to stay awake and then like not, like you guys will be on the pod and you'll be like, oh, do you remember in like round 2? And I'm like, I was fighting sleep. I couldn't remember anything. So yeah, couldn't agree more. I think that's the way it should be done.
I think ideally for me, like the card ends at like 10 p.m.
That would be sick. Start at 7.
Yeah, like a 7 to 10 would be ideal for me because like I also after the fights are done, I kind of just like want my day to be over too.
Then you're done.
You know?
You got like an hour to wind down, in bed by 11. Perfect.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. All right, so we had Robert Whittaker versus Rene de Ridder. Pretty good fight. Will, how much of this card were you able to watch, being that I know you had practice when the prelims started?
I saw from Bryce on.
Bryce on? Okay, I saw from Bryce on as well. I saw earlier fights too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are like really the only important ones. We'll see. But yeah, let's stick with this one. So it was not like the most fun fight in the world. I think Whittaker looked a little bit like, I don't know if hesitant is the right word, but like he just didn't look like himself really. Normally I'd expect him to be ripping more head kicks, and I'm not sure he got a bunch of them. You know how he kind of sends them like up?
Yeah.
And I was like, de Ridder's the right guy to do that to because he's so tall, you know, like you'll make contact. But yeah, he didn't really look great. De Ridder looked like de Ridder, which like it's not the most pleasing, like eye-pleasing style to watch, but it's like fun. And there's something about de Ridder that like is just endearing. Like I like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is something about him. I saw a clip of him after the fight talking with Michael Bisping. I'm assuming, like, you know how sometimes like they go to the table or whatever for like the analyst table after for like post-fight show type things, and he was talking about he got dropped. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. And Bisping was like talking about like,
he was like, yeah, your hand was down. He was like, I guess my hand was down. It's like, yeah, your chin was up. And so like that was endearing.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, how about the strike total here? De Ridder landing 122 more strikes than Whittaker.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. I wouldn't have guessed that before the fight too. You know what I mean? Like Whittaker's a good striker.
Dude, that's crazy.
But you have to remember, it's not outside striking. It's de Ridder style striking. You know, it's in the clinch, hitting those long knees. Did you listen to the Jack Slack pod?
I did.
Did you see what it was titled?
No.
It was something like de Ridder's like tummy knees or something
Tummy
like
knees.
that.
Yes. Yeah,
and like, dude, that's the perfect way to describe his style. It's like, it's goofy. It's like kind of effective. He just lives and dies by the long knee into the clinch. And, yeah, man, it's, it's de Ridder, man. It is what it is.
It is.
I mean, dude,
When you look at this fight, when you look at the stats on this fight, it's crazy it was a split decision if you just look at the stats. But the fight was close.
Oh, for sure.
The fight was close. But when you look at the stats, de Ridder throwing 282 strikes to Whittaker's 146, right? So, like, nearly doubling Whittaker's strike output. De Ridder, you know, more than doubling the strikes landed, almost tripling, closer to tripling the strikes landed than the doubling it.
But so to kind of prove how close it was, though, I'm just, again, diving in just purely based off the data. 1, the knockdowns, and 2, this is interesting, the significant strikes almost identical. Which
Significant strikes almost identical.
kind of goes to show, like, again, that de Ridder style of just like, I'm going to clamp onto you and fire tummy knees.
But for another kind of lopsided stat, control time. 9
Insane.
minutes and 6 seconds versus 36 seconds. So
Yeah, and the takedowns, obviously.
yeah, 2 takedowns to 0.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I mean, and I appreciate, like, I think it needs to be on there, right? So, like, what we're looking at on the stats, 2 out of 15, right? So, like, it's like attempts, right? But I think what should be, and it's highlighted, it is, well, They're all highlighted like that. But like 2 out of 15 sounds kind of bad. But that's like, so it's almost like, why don't you do it like knockdowns and just put the takedowns? Be like 2 takedowns,
Right,
to
right,
0.
exactly.
But I do like knowing how many attempts there were. But
I
like, you
agree.
know what I mean? Like, why not do that on the knockdowns too? Be like, okay, 1 knockdown out of 666 attempts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know?
That's hilarious. Also, it's going back on that takedown stat. There's different types of like low percentage takedown amounts in fights, right? So like if you look at like a Merab fight, like maybe his takedown percentage is like whatever 40% or something. It's like, yeah, but he's just shooting nonstop in like an aggressive, like he's not shooting because he has to. He's shooting because like that's how he's gonna wear someone down. In De Ridder, it's like, yeah, he just like worked in the clinch and probably tried to drag him down in different ways and like, yeah, kind of worked, kind of didn't, whatever. And then there's like the you remember when Suarez fought Shevchenko?
No.
Or not Shevchenko.
Weili.
Zhang.
Weili, yeah. And like that's all she was doing was shooting, and it's like that's a little different from like Merab style, you know what I mean? So like it is interesting to see the entire picture and like know that even just seeing this can be interpreted in different ways.
Yeah. And I feel like so like 2 out of 15 takedowns, like it's a lot different when you're shooting single legs and double legs than when you're like just trying like, you know, like hip
Outside
tosses,
trips.
outside trips and stuff. Foot sweeps, right? Are they counting that? Like if I like you know, like a sweep from the clinch, if like
That's a good question.
like is that counted as a takedown attempt?
That is a real good question. I wonder how they try to like define that, because again, we notoriously don't love how the UFC like defines takedowns.
It is difficult to define though.
Oh, dude, for sure, sure.
But yeah, so what does this make you think about De Ridder? So De Ridder was ranked in the double digits coming into this. I feel like we all felt like he was much better than that. Therefore, he was getting the fight against number 5 Robert Whittaker. You know, he had great performances over Gerald Mearshart, Kevin Holland, and Bo Nickel, who we thought highly of at the time. And now a win over Robert Whittaker. What's that do for him, for you, in your mind?
I mean, a lot. Whittaker obviously was the champ. He's been, you know, top 10 forever. He's only lost to monsters. So, like, that tells me that he's the real deal. Now, again, Whittaker didn't look like his best, but a win over Whittaker is a win over Whittaker. You know what I mean? Like, that's very, very impressive. Do I think this gets him a title shot? No, I don't. But it could, you know?
Let's look. Can we get a look at the landscape of the division? We pull them rankings up.
Yeah, I think that. So, okay. DDP is obviously fighting Chimaev.
Yes.
And then Whittaker was what, 5, I believe, going into
Whittaker
this?
was 5, Izzy 4, Strickland 2, Imavov 1.
Okay, this is interesting. So, dude, you know what would be a fun fight, actually, is him against Strickland. Because that's a big battle of styles, you know? Can Strickland maintain his range, or can RDR just do RDR, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
seriously.
Strickland's like hand positioning. I wonder how he deals with those knees. You know what I mean? Does he try to just huck overhands against it?
Where do you think RDR moves to in the rankings?
I don't know, man. Maybe 7.
Does Whittaker move below him?
I would imagine so. So I imagine Kaio goes up to 5, and then they might bump up Cannonier. That's where I don't really know what they would do. But like I imagine they'd put him above Delidze. So yeah, somewhere in that, like either Jared or Kaio is getting burnt. That's my guess.
All right. Yeah. Hey, sounds about right.
Yeah. Who do you think he should fight next?
Like, you know, like maybe like who's Kyle fighting next?
Kaio is he's the official backup for 319, but he's also scheduled to fight Imavov in September.
Wait, that's on for sure?
That's official, but then I saw this morning that he reported like today that he's also the backup for August, which to me seems like a weird contradiction, but both of those have been officially reported.
I don't think that's because, like, dude, how often do you see the backup actually go in? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's...
if he ends up fighting, then just cancel that September fight.
Exactly.
He's still got to make weight in
but
like less than a month span back to back.
Yeah, but if you're expecting to do that, I don't know if that's a big deal.
I think that's probably what they're going to end up doing, but to me it gives off, like, I think about it and I remember Tony Ferguson when he cut back-to-back weight when he didn't need to and then got battered by Gaethje.
But okay, there's a couple big differences there. One, it's Gaethje and old Ferguson. Like that's not really like a fair matchup. And also, dude, Ferguson, I don't know for a fact, but if I had to guess based on his other actions, I don't think that he's cutting weight like perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
All right, cool.
All right, well, that's kind of all I got to say about this fight. It wasn't
let's move.
super
Co-main, Max's main man, Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee. Hats off to Peter Yan for fighting so far down in rank.
Dude, for sure. Especially against a dangerous guy. Like,
dangerous guy, giving guys opportunities, making sure the fights are happening. His takedown was
super sick.
Signature, super sick. Max, why don't you tell us how awe-inspiring it was for you?
Dude, first off, the takedown. This was the first time I'd seen him hit that takedown into like that kind of Kimura armbar situation that he had. First time I'd seen him do that, I was like, all right, that was pretty cool. I want to try that now.
That was a sick
So inspiring. That was the most inspiring thing I saw. I was like, that I've never thought about that, but that looks really cool. Dude, he's the best. I love him so much. I love him so much. This made me so happy. I will 100% be betting on him against either Merab or Sandhagen in the end of the year.
Do you think he's going title shot after this?
I think he's probably next. I think that the only way that he doesn't get a title shot next is if the winner of Umar and Batista does something like extremely impressive, which I just don't see either of them doing.
You don't see them going Sean again?
I don't think that they're going to go Sean for a third time, no. I think what's probably going to end up happening is Song Yadong and Sean are going to fight, and maybe if Song gets like a vicious knockout, he could get it, but that's not even scheduled yet. I think that Jan and the winner of Merab and Sandhagen, especially if it's Merab, I think they're probably going to fight at the end of the year.
When's that scheduled? Merab Sandhagen, is it scheduled?
That's October, early October, maybe October 6th.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Jan gets the winner of that.
Mike, I have a question for you about this fight, actually, about that exact moment. So when I was watching it, I saw him, he hit the sick throw into the, Kimura position. To me, it looked like his hips were like really high and not controlling.
Yep, I'm not able to recall.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's like a very specific moment, so I'm not sure. But, man, overall, I thought like it wasn't an awe-inspiring fight, you know what I mean? Like it was good, but I wouldn't like go back and watch it. You want a different one?
Yeah.
And again, McGee's really, really good. Like that's kind of, it neutralized a lot of what Jan was doing. So,
right on.
Shout out to Jan.
Shout out. All right, so we got Jan for the title fight winner. All right, book it. All right, down we go. Oh, Shara the Bullet.
Dude, it's so funny. Like whenever we talk about the Bullet, like we both kind of just like, man, this dude's like whatever. But then I start watching him fight, and I'm like, I'm into it, dude. Like the whole being the pirate, like it's hilarious. And I don't think he's ever gonna be like good, but or I shouldn't say that. I don't think he's ever gonna be great. I don't think he's ever gonna be like beating dudes in the top, maybe like a top 10 guy once in a while.
Right.
Like I don't see him being a top 5 guy. He's just got too many holes. He's one-dimensional.
He's also hard to schedule.
Yeah, he can't fight in the U.S. But I'm like glad he's in the UFC because the UFC is character driven. You know what I mean? And like we got a pirate. We got a dude with one eye, a red beard. You know what I mean? Like
it's blowing my mind. Yeah, but this fight was like it was a competitive fight. It
was very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Shara's nose get smashed? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see that, Max?
I didn't. I saw like 1 or 2 highlights from this fight. I missed this fight entirely.
Okay.
Here's exactly kind of what you'd imagine like a close Shara fight's going to look like. He got stung up pretty bad in the second, I think.
Yep.
And like nearly knocked down. But there's a picture of his nose after the fight, and it's just like full Owen Wilson. Like
yeah, dude, it happened in the second round. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember seeing his face like as he got hit. It was an elbow, right?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was an elbow. And he like his head pulls back and he's like his face is like mad, right? And his nose is on his cheek. And I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, that's so crazy. It's weird you don't see that more in like combat sports.
Yeah.
You know the only time I've ever done that to someone's nose was in wrestling?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Yeah. I've broken a fair amount of noses. The only time I did it like that was in wrestling.
Right. Put it on their cheek.
Hilarious.
All right, cool. Let's move.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy there. Oh, Almabayev versus Ochoa. This was a good fight.
It was. It was very, very flyweight fight, dude. Up,
very
down,
flyweight, yeah.
high activity.
Yeah, Almabayev, though, clear victor here. 9 minutes, 26 seconds control time. 7 takedowns. You know, obviously got outstruck a bit here, but like you just can't really overcome the dominant positions that he was in.
And again, the significant strikes are fairly close. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, that tells a little bit more about what actually went down. And also, actually, look at the distribution of significant strikes. Like,
Yeah.
he landed a good bit to the head, which that gives you that immediate damage, which obviously is supposed to be scored higher. So, makes sense.
Yeah, I heard Jack Slack call for a strawweight division
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was like...
because these are both small flyweights.
Uh-huh. He said that Joshua Van could make 15 as well.
I mean, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, me either, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm for it.
Yeah, hey. He was saying there'd be more depth at men's strawweight than women's strawweight.
He might be right.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so glad you're listening to Jack Slack now. He's so funny.
I'm 2 in. I've listened to him the last 2 weeks.
Brother.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Dude, isn't his grappling analysis like better than you'd expect?
Yeah, for someone who you
think of as just like a
think of
striking,
as a striking guy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Big fan of Jack Slack.
All right, cool. Oh, boring.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Typical light heavyweight stuff.
Yeah,
Fucking,
this is why we didn't pick this fight last week. No one would have picked Guskov in this fight.
No one would have, yeah.
No one.
Certainly not anyone in this room.
Definitely not Max.
But yeah, dude, typical light heavyweight stuff. Throwing a low kick with, no sort of protection before or afterwards and gets cracked or during.
So Max, why did you have Guskov in this fight?
Because Krylov, for a really long time, I was a big fan of him. He kind of reminded me of like a light heavyweight Luke, because he was like, he had like a 95% finishing rate or something, but he had never been knocked out. And then Reyes knocked him out bad, and Guskov is kind of like a weird Yuri type thing where he doesn't really have a lot of defense, but he chucks heavy shots from weird angles at weird times, and he just puts everything into it, and it just seemed like it lined up for a Guskov KO to me.
Did you put money on Guskov KO?
I didn't put any money on anything. I woke up at like 5 a.m. and started driving. I was not in a betting mood. If I'd have lost another parlay, I would have like driven the car off a bridge.
Okay. All right. All right, run us down one more.
It is crazy how much he looks like Anthony Smith, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, it does. It is
Like,
kinda
it's
crazy.
shocking.
All right, Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed Nurmagomedov.
Man, you know me. I was hoping that knee was going to be enough to put Bryce out, but it seems like those two brain cells just wouldn't say goodbye to each other.
No, dude, I thought Bryce looked really good in his grappling, as you would expect.
Yeah, he did.
He was put down in the first round, played a really good defensive guard there, and like used it to eventually wrestle up, take the clinch, and then just a lot of control time, dude.
Yeah.
This is a 15-minute fight, so like almost 2/3 of the fight he's in control of. Definitely lost the first round, won the next two.
Yeah.
He'll be a player at bantamweight. If we pull bantamweight rankings up, just like an idea of where he's kind of slotting in right now.
Did you, real quick about this particular fight, did you feel like he was concerned about the ninja choke? Because I know that Nurmagomedov has
a bunch, but he was put in one, right? And
I think it was like an arming guillotine. He didn't quite get...
Right.
But
Yeah.
to me, Bryce didn't look like concerned with that, really.
Yeah, no, I don't think okay, so here goes the thing. So I've experienced this, right? So like a fear of first off, no fear of guillotines, right? To then getting put out with one in an important fight, and then having a huge fear of it then, right? Like so much so that it made me shoot less, so I can completely understand I just got put out with a ninja choke, right? So now I'm a little bit more hesitant to have my head in that position for a little bit, right? I'm sure a lot of people who get knocked out feel the same way, right? You're a little bit more hesitant because you'd been knocked out, but you do get over it, it seemed to me like he is already over it if he experienced any of that kind of oh shit,
Right. Yeah. He might not remember too, so.
Yeah. I would say, dude, I mean, this is 35 is a pretty cool division.
It is, dude. Cool. It's not like all of these dudes I think are, I mean, they are killers, but Yeah, cool. There's a lot of interesting matchups here. Who do you like him against?
Rob Font.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say Cheeto was what I was going to say.
Rob Font. I just didn't know if we wanted to jump that far up the rankings yet. But like Rob Font, Cheeto. I'm sure Davidson's out. Out for a bit.
Maybe McGee.
Same card. Oof. You know, would be a tough fight is that Vinicius Oliveira fight would be tough.
Yeah, I didn't watch him this last go about, so I couldn't.
It was him and Kyler Phillips. Mm-hmm. He's someone to keep your eye on. Yeah, I would say that like Bryce slots into like the top. I mean, he's definitely rankable.
Yeah, I mean, there's fights.
I don't know if they're going to rank him off that fight, but I mean, he was just a ranked featherweight.
Right, exactly.
You know, where's Silva? Yeah, he was a ranked featherweight, and in featherweight, his losses were to the now lightweight champ, Silva, and
Emmett.
10-8. Who's his fourth loss to?
Let me check his record because he's got. I think he had a. It wasn't an exhibition, but I thought he lost in like the Ultimate Fighter or something like that.
He did. He didn't win the Ultimate Fighter, but that doesn't count because it wasn't on the finale. He lost in the semis of the Ultimate Fighter, maybe to Tyler Diamond or something.
Yeah, it was. Well, so I've seen his losses like ranked like said differently. He is like 18-3 sometimes, and then 18-4.
I thought he was 18-4.
Well, on Tapology, it's 18-3, but then he's got 4 losses. One of them is to Brad Katona in an exhibition MMA bout.
And they're counting that towards his record?
Well, they don't have it as a loss on Tapology. His record is 18-3, but then it has it listed as a loss.
I thought the UFC had him listed as 4 losses. That's what I was going on.
Well, they did on Saturday, but I've also seen him listed as 18-3.
Okay.
They mix it up sometimes.
All right. Well, the Katona fight doesn't count because it was an exhibition fight on the Ultimate Fighter. No one else's fights on the Ultimate Fighter count, so why are we just going to pick and choose for his? You know what I mean? Like if that has been historically exactly accurate. Like all the Ultimate Fighter fights, like in-house fights, because they're 2-round fights. You know?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That's his only other loss. He has one.
Yeah, you
loss.
only go to the 3rd round if
Right,
it's a draw. Yeah,
He has 1 loss in amateurs, and then
because I know he was
Josh
like in
Emmett,
like
John Silva.
the World Series of Fighting and stuff, and he was like 9-0 before getting on the Ultimate Fighter. So yeah, so he has 3 losses, all at featherweight, 1 to the 8, 1 to the 10, and 1 to the champion of lightweight. So he's extremely rankable.
For sure. As much as I dislike the guy, he's clearly a great fighter.
Yeah.
I would like to see Cheeto knock him out, though.
All right. Well, yeah. So, you know, when did Cheeto fight last? Cheeto, Rob Font. I mean, that Marcus McGee fight, that doesn't make sense. What's Henry Cejudo doing? You know,
I don't want that fight because I think he beats Henry. I don't want that.
I think I would go Henry in that.
I would really hope so.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. All right, do you care about any of the fights on this card? Is there anything else that stuck out to you? That's worth talking about?
Muslim Salakov calling out Wonder Boy. That's a pretty cool fight. 42 versus 41.
I like that.
You know, that's a Masters 3.
Yeah, dude.
Eligible. If they went to compete in the IBJJF or ADCC Opens, they could compete at Masters 3.
That's sick. This was
which is 40 and up.
Was this fight of the night? Or no, it must have been a performance of the night. I think that's what I saw. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Keep going down. Oh, what about Buchecha?
I did not see that, but I heard he looked awful.
Yeah, well, here goes the thing, dude. Like, he didn't look good in 1FC either.
Yeah, and if you're not looking good in the 1 heavyweight division...
He had a loss there, and I don't want to hold that loss against him or whatever, but, like, in his wins, I was, like, not awe-inspired the way that I hoped, because, like, I wanted him to be good.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Know?
Like, it's always cool when you see a specialist come in, especially, like, later. He must be, what, mid-30s at this point?
Gotta be.
Yeah, because he was on top of the jiu-jitsu world for, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
And that was
35.
Like,
he's 35. So perfectly as mid-30s as you get.
Which at heavyweight isn't, like, a bad thing necessarily, but he's got like 3 years to get it together if he wants to do anything.
Dude, how about this click on the Stephen Wen versus Muhammad Yahya fight? Bro, fantasy MMA. If anybody had Stephen Wen on their fantasy MMA squad, think about that, dude. 60 points just off of knockdowns, plus 60 points for a second round finish, plus however many points 108 strikes get you, and however many additional points 92 significant. Dude, it might
And control time.
it honestly, I bet you it's a record for points in a 3-round fight in that fantasy MMA scoring.
I wouldn't be surprised.
How are you going to overcome 60 points? Right? Even a first round finish is just 30 more points.
I wonder if Marab maybe has some, because
takedowns are only 5.
Right, but hasn't Marab,
So he would have to get 12 takedowns
to equal that. Hasn't he had some fights where he's got more than 12?
Yeah, but then also he would need to also finish in this, get 12 takedowns and finish in the second round.
Good point.
And get a bunch of significant total strikes and significant strikes. Like, this has got to be a record.
Dude, I didn't even think about that, but that's very interesting. You might be right about that.
I almost want to pull up the scoring and like total up what his points would be.
Right. Dude, I'm so glad you're getting into that. Which we'll announce it at the end, but I made a public contest for this week so we can get the people involved.
Like off rip, dude, 120 points. And that's before calculating points he would get for control time, points he would get for total strikes, and then points he would get for significant strikes.
And like the way I look at fantasy is I'm like, if you get 100 points, like that was a real good fight. You know what I mean? Like that was an excellent pick.
I think in the week we did it, like who had the most points that week?
You.
No, like fighter.
Oh, I don't know. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. So I'll look it up right now. So recent.
Which we also need to figure out.
Am I not logged in?
And we'll post it on our socials and everything. But Max and I were trying to figure out beforehand like how people can search for our contest.
It's gone. It says only within the last 7 days.
Oh,
no
okay.
contest in the last 7 days. Dang. All right. Well, whatever. Okay. All right. That's good for this card. We're done on this card.
Yeah, this card was whatever.
It was good. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, especially
I watched it.
Dude, a free card in the afternoon, brother.
Okay, UFC Fight Night at the Apex in Las Vegas, headlined by Albazi and Tatsuno Taira. No more. Is that the headliner?
No, they found.
No, they don't have
else.
it. They don't have it listed yet.
I was like, yo, it's headlined by 2 people I don't know.
It's Tatsuo Taira and
Taira got to stay on.
Taira's still on. Albazi
okay.
was out. It's Hun Sun Park, something like that.
Ooh.
He's off the road to UFC thing. Like,
Oh, okay.
I assume he's Korean.
I think so.
Hard.
Taira, he's 0-1 or in the UFC?
Did he lose that fight that we saw?
Royval? It was him and Royval, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't his like UFC debut or anything.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
Is that Asakura who came over right to a title fight on their debut?
That's Asakura. Yeah.
I felt like Taira came over right to like a top 5 fight on his debut too. Run me Taira's like, do we got anything on Taira? Like, can we get a record?
Dude, the only thing I remember about Taira is that like cool little like
Power half.
Yeah, the power half ride he was hitting.
From the Wadi Triangle. 16-1. Only lost to Brandon Royval, who, you know,
Yeah, beast.
is at the top of the top. Allegedly 5'7". I'm gonna call fucking bullshit on that. Oh, dude, he beat Alex Perez.
Injury from takedown, dude. That's interesting. I wonder if he just like blasted through his knee or something.
Dang.
I remember it. He was like on his back, and he did the what was it? You did a breakdown of it, Mike, like a while ago. Oliveira had Chandler's back, and he was using like the body triangle, but he was lacing his leg.
Lacing the leg inside. So
Yeah.
did he have the body triangle?
He
Or
had
was
the body triangle, and he laced his leg through, and it like blew out. They were like standing, and it
Yeah.
blew out Perez's knee, and he went down.
Okay, so a little broomstick action.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, this card, I've been told that this card's not good, guys. So let's just run down the card and let's just talk about like why it's not good.
Yeah,
Just
let's
take
take a
us through
quick
the whole
look.
card. All right. So I'm always a fan of the flyweight fights. So shout out to them. Shout out to the internet.
Shout out to you for filling that time while Max is getting this up.
No, it's the internet. Look, the spinning
Oh,
wheel.
He's
yeah,
got
it
the
is.
spinning
That's why I
wheel
said
of
shout out
doom.
to the internet.
But you know the co-main is Chris Duncan and Matthias Rebecki, who you might not know.
Matthias Rebecki,
name-wise,
he's
but
20-2. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know off the top of my head. No. But
Boom! Look at that. 20-2.
Oh, he's the Scottish dude. Okay, I remember him.
Yeah, I know him.
He got those takedowns, right? And I remember being like, wait, there's guys from Western Europe who can hit takedowns?
75% takedown accuracy.
Oh, that's incredible.
Averages 3.84 takedowns. Is that a fight or a round? It's got to be a fight.
I think that's a fight.
Dude, this is going to be a wrestling match. Look, your boy averages 4 takedowns a fight.
Interesting.
Somebody's takedowns have got to go.
Okay, I'm into it.
All right, keep going. Don't know these dudes.
Yeah, you do.
Ruben
Ruben
Dix.
That's
Dix is
gonna
in that war
that's gonna be a
against
firefight.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool. I'm not familiar with those bantamweights. Oh, Neil Magny.
Oh, okay, Neil Magny versus a guy I never heard of. Sick. All right.
Wait for that guy to
Danny
make his
Silva.
This is little Topuria right here.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
Interesting. Okay, that's fun.
All right, we could learn some people this weekend.
Honestly,
Adolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore.
That's cool. This is interesting. This is like one of those fights or one of those cards that like entertainment wise could be really cool, but like it just doesn't mean anything in the UFC, you know?
Who is that going to get fighting Bukov?
Will, you know this guy?
I don't, but I was right. He is super tall. He's from the Netherlands.
Yeah, this is Yusori. What is it? Yusori Bogori. He's one of the guys. Him and Adesanya and Pereira were all like at the top of kickboxing together for a long time. Pereira has 2 wins over him, but he beat Adesanya at some point, and him and Pereira train together a lot now.
Interesting. What do we know about Bakoev?
He's got a lot more MMA experience than Yusori.
Yeah,
The takedowns are really what tells me everything I need to know.
And Yusori, I think, has had 2 shots on Contender Series.
Here goes what I gotta say. Oh, wait, he had 2 shots in Contender Series. Tell me about that.
Well, I can't. He either went 1-1 or he lost both of them. But he ended up not getting signed off of either of them. This was a short notice thing.
Okay, well, what gives me hope for him is that Bukov he's just all gray.
Yeah, dude.
They don't have a picture.
Hasn't been unlocked yet.
No, he lost his first Dana White Contender Series shot by UD to a guy who's in the UFC right now, who's not bad, and then he had a couple fights and won by KO TKO on the next one and still didn't get signed off of it.
Interesting.
Because it was 3rd round unimpressive performance, but short notice replacement here. I'm interested to see it. It's either going to be a fun kickboxing display or he's going to get grappled to death.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Well, thanks, Max, for giving us something for this weekend.
Cool.
All right, let's get out of here.
Do we want to give picks?
No. Yeah,
Do we want to go
do
over
you
our
even want to
picks?
give picks on that card?
We should do one of them, just so we have at least one.
I take Tyra.
I'll go Park.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
All right, tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, mark it. Book it.
All
Book
right,
it.
Picks are in then, I guess.
Ooh,
Right.
let's do it.
What's your pick?
Um,
You might as well take Tyra and try to close the distance on
yeah,
Will.
I'm gonna go Tyra. I gotta beat him.
I'm glad I
somehow.
took Tyra, so
Let's
that way
go
we're gonna be
Korea.
tied. We're gonna be tied.
Dude, watch him not even be Korean.
There's no way. He has to be.
I would imagine so.
I literally don't know if you're allowed to have that name.
Also, if he's not Korean, I'm definitely not picking him. That's the only reason I'm picking him.
What?
I'm fact checking this right
Koreans.
now.
That's crazy that you would say that publicly.
What, that I like Koreans?
More than everybody else.
I didn't say that.
You literally just said that you wouldn't pick him if he was something else. That you picking him because
No,
he's
because
Korean.
then he'd be tricking me, not because he was something else.
Yeah, all right, dude. That was crazy. Wow, solid work, Will.
We're going to get canceled.
Solid work, Will. Cancel him. All right.
He is
Okay.
Korean, by the way.
Of course. I'm there.
I mean, yeah, dude.
It's like the role.
That'd be like if someone's in
I
the
didn't need you to answer that question. We knew the answer. I've never seen or heard of this dude in my life. But you told me his name, 100%. Also, his name paired with, what was the thing? The road to the UFC thing?
Yeah.
Right,
Which
yeah,
only
yeah.
happens
In
over
Asia,
there.
yeah.
So it's like, all right.
Yeah, but they have like Chinese fighters and Indian fighters coming in as well.
Yeah, there's not a
That's
lot of
where-
Chinese dudes with the last
No,
name Park.
yeah.
That's where the name comes in. Like, you could have told me this dude from Chicago's last name was Park, and then I wouldn't know.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But it's somebody who was in the road to the UFC named Park Korean 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
Hold on, do you want to pull up the picks?
There's
And,
not a single outlier.
We got to go over our picks from last time, though.
Oh, yeah.
See what our... interesting.
Wow. So both Will and I went 5 for 5 this weekend, which is a great comeback for Will going 0-6 the weekend
go.
before. Will holds a 1-fight lead over me with a 64-42-1 record, as I come in 1 fight below, 63-43-1. Max down to 54-52-1. keeping himself above 500. That's good. Yeah.
And look at me, giving you guys a chance to catch up.
Dude, Max, you are 10 fights back from Will, though. And what? We just finished July. That's it for July. So
all I need is
7/12. We're 7/12 through the year, bro.
all I need is like a good main card, like 319 to hit, and I'll be back in contention.
There's only 5 months left. There's only 5 months left.
I got time.
This does feel like baseball to me. Do you guys follow baseball at all?
No.
Have you ever followed baseball at all? Okay. No. Well, it's a
long
incredibly
season.
long season. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, let's not pick those other fights.
Yeah, no, don't care about those. Let's go back to the topics again.
We're going to talk about our fighters fighting this weekend.
Yeah. We got a lot of interesting stuff happening this weekend.
Yeah, we got 5 fighters fighting this weekend. We're going to start off up here in Canton, Ohio for Cage Thunder at Cage Thunder 33. This is taking place at the NFL Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. From what I heard, the Hall of Fame inductees are going to be there. Yeah, wow. So that could be pretty cool. But yeah, we got Luke Martin making his pro debut, fighting Jared Patterson. Jared Patterson already 1-1 as a pro. We do have some insight on Jared Patterson as one of our fighters has fought him in the past. Mm-hmm. Quite a while ago.
Yeah,
I would have to look up when that fight was.
I would guess like 20.
Who fought him?
2018.
That's my guess.
That's
Andy.
your guess. Hold on.
Wow.
Did you say who it was?
Sorry.
Do you know who it is?
Now I do.
Yeah. Who is it then?
Andy.
Do you know Andy?
Andy. You're not talking about Andy Anderson?
No.
Andy the Hammer Anderson. No. Yeah, Andy Anderson fought him.
Okay.
But I feel like that had to be, yeah, I guess maybe. Hold on.
It could have been earlier too. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 16 or 17, but something's just feeling like 18 is the right.
I'm looking up Andy's record right now. I had to find it because his name's not really Andy.
Oh, yeah.
2017, April 8th, 2017. So here we are, revenge coming 8 years later.
Wow.
So
very cool.
All right, let's go Luke Martin. So I'll be out there with Luke Martin, whereas Will be in Erie, Pennsylvania with a slew of Stout PGH fighters. Mm-hmm. At the top of our card, we have 170-pound pro Joshua Vasoki taking on Logan Thompson. We also have an amateur title fight, Tim Bailey fighting for the flyweight title against Joshua Caban. And then we have next, the lemur, Joe Lehman fighting Morales, Jason Morales. There we go. So just so you guys know, their first names are not listed up here.
I know, dude. I was shocked you knew that.
I'm popping off their first names just by memory, which is impressive. So everybody should clap.
Someone should fact check it too, because you could just be making it up and I would have no
This
clue.
guy's name is Jason Morales, spelled Jaison. Who was the last guy? Go back. Tim's fighting Joshua Caban. Mm-hmm. And then Logan Thompson. And then Cole, who I couldn't, Ozemblowski is fighting. Ooh, this one's going to be the tough one. You guys might be able to get me on this one, but I'm going to go Derek, spelled D-E-R-E-K, Bly. Not D-E-R-R-I-C-K. D-E-R-E-K, Bly. Yeah, and that would be Cole making his amateur MMA debut. So pretty exciting night of fights. Joe Lehman is fighting Jason Morales, as we said. Tim Bailey, who is also on the card fighting for the flyweight title, fought Jason Morales in the past. That was the slip and slide night for Made Men.
Gotcha.
On Labor Day 2 years ago.
The slip and slide night.
Yeah, so Made Men fights 2 years ago in Youngstown, Ohio on Labor Day. So Labor Day of 2023, Labor Day weekend 2023. The fights were outside in the Penguin City Brewery parking lot. And you know, the canvas was tarp canvas. Mm-hmm. So as the night wore on, it got really slick. And Tim, who is a notorious slipper, he looked like a cartoon. His feet were just like running, like when you someone on ice, like catching it, like comically catching their balance. Like that was Tim in that fight. But he was able to clinch.
Video of that?
Someone's got to have video of it.
I hope so. It's hilarious.
But he was able to get to a clinch, hit a good sweep off the clinch, took the back, and got a rear naked strangle.
Yeah.
That was coming up on 2 years ago.
Very cool.
So yeah, big night of fights for our fight team. 5 fights. Let's go. Let's
do it.
2 pro. That's cool. 1 title. That's cool.
Yeah.
One AMI title.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So that's what we got going on. If you're interested in going to see any of them fight, hit them up for how to get tickets. I bet you at this point in time, probably tickets available only online. But yeah, go support if they're your teammates, which hopefully you guys are watching. Go support your teammates. If not, go support our fighters.
So,
and when you purchase tickets, make sure you select me. No, I'm kidding. All right, cool.
Hilarious. So, speaking of guys named Derek.
Oh.
How's that for transition?
Good transition. That's called a segue?
In the in the field, that's what we just call it.
Okay.
Yeah, us being media members.
Yeah.
But so this is something that I wanted to talk about last week, but we ran out of time because we were like talking about real stuff. But there's this fella named Derek Moneyburg.
Moneyburg. What are the odds that's his real name?
0. His name's Dale.
Whoa. His first name's not even Derek? Like, I thought the last name was the fake name.
Nah, dude. It's a guy named Dale.
What's his real last name?
I don't remember. But yeah, it's like something, I don't know. It's not Moneyburg. But anyways, so I had like seen something about this dude like a while back. Cause like I like little like, I don't know if I saw the actual video of the guy who like he sued, but I like videos of like exposing scams. Like I like CoffeeZilla and stuff like that. And I saw a video about this dude, and apparently his whole thing is he's like one of those like get rich quick, course salesman dudes. And he has like some weird thing, like clauses in his thing where it's like, if you don't follow the rules of his like system, then he can not refund you for these like $8,000 courses or whatever. And apparently even people who have asked for like refunds and stuff haven't gotten it. He's like all kinds of like shady and scammy.
Real name Dale Bukowski.
Yeah. And then, okay.
Bukowski.
So then once I saw that he sued this YouTuber, I watched this guy's video about him, and this dude is just all types of shady. So like at the very least, the dude is like a complete slime ball, right? Like at the very least. And at worst, he is allegedly like a legit scammer. You know what I mean? So you know the kind of guy we're dealing with here. So then I see this post on Instagram where this dude's getting his black belt in 3.5 years, right? And he's getting it from Glover. He's getting it from Lyoto Machida. He's getting it from Jake Shields. And is that Frank Mir in the picture there? Yeah, it's Frank Mir. And I'm like, dude, I can't believe you guys like willingly took this picture. You know what I mean? And I've since seen clips of Jake Shields like defending this and stuff. And like, listen, all due respect to Jake Shields for what he's accomplished. He's an incredible fighter, excellent at jiu-jitsu. I love his team. I love the scrap pack. But like, I just can't get behind this dude. Apparently they're saying that he just paid for privates only with like these guys. And apparently Jake's was like, oh yeah, like you should get some work with like guys who are like your level. And he was like, nope. Only with the world champions, only the best. So apparently he says that he did like however many 1,000 hours in
3,000 hours of one-on-one training.
Exactly. And it's like, dude, there's so much wrong with this. First off, just training, the amount of time it takes you to get a black, how long did it take you? Like 10 years? Something like that?
12.
Okay, so 12 years. Let's say that all the time you spend on the mats in those 12 years, let's compress it to 3.5. It's not the same thing. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
not, yeah.
Like a 3-hour training session is not better than 3 1-hour training sessions, right?
Correct,
Like that's something that I think people like us who are in the know recognize as being a fact. But like this dude is like, oh no, like I just did all of this training in a short time. And then the other thing is him being like, oh, I only trained with the best guys. That to me is a huge red flag as well. Cause I'm like, if I want to get good at something offensive in jiu-jitsu, right, I need to train with some white belts who I can just start slinging darces on or whatever, right?
Yeah.
If I want to get good at defense, I got to go some black belts and try not to, get darsed up or whatever.
Right.
And just like, again, I've only watched a couple clips about this, but like just hearing how he talks about jiu-jitsu and stuff, I'm like, man, there's no way. There's no way, and
do we have any clips of him rolling?
No, that's the other big thing is like all these people, like I think one of the top posts in this, or comments rather in this post is a dude being like, hey man, can you just like send us some video of you rolling. And the guy goes, yeah, DM me. And then the original commenter goes like, yeah, man, I'm not trying to buy your course. I guess the dude just sent his course to the guy. But like, I think the most disappointing thing about all of this is like Machida, to me, growing up, was very influential because I came from traditional martial arts. He does as well. And his whole thing is like, he's not a fighter, he's a martial artist, right?
Right.
Which, like, say what you want. I like both ways. I like Nick Diaz, I like Machida, but like, to me, Machida actually seemed like the kind of guy who lived that life, and like his reputation couldn't be bought and things like that. And then to see this was very, very disappointing for me. Now, granted, if you're a retired fighter and this guy's like, hey, I'm going to pay you like an exorbitant amount of money to pretend to give me a black belt, like, I get it. But to me, martial arts is something that's important enough that like you shouldn't cheapen a jiu-jitsu black belt for whatever he's paying them,
Yeah, I agree.
As a black belt yourself, now being given the rundown of this, what are your thoughts?
I'm kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, is it possible to get your black belt in 3.5 years? Yeah, it is possible. That is possible. I've seen it done. Now, caveat on that. I mean, I believe like Gunnar Nelson got his like super quick, but all the ones that I'm aware of who got their black belts like faster than normal was all came with like competition rationale. Right. It was like, all right.
BJ Penn.
Like, BJ Penn.
That woman you told me who won worlds.
Cassia Mora. Here goes the thing with her. I got to imagine she's been, training since she was a child. Mm-hmm. But under like the IBJJF Federation, you can only get your belts at certain times. For example, you're not allowed to be a blue belt until you're 16, right? Mm-hmm. Those are the adult belt ranks. And you can't be a brown belt until you're 18, type of thing. So what happened with Cassia Mora, June of 2023, she was a blue belt. And, there's minimums on the belts too. Mm-hmm. You have to be a blue belt a minimum of 2 years, right? You have to be a purple belt a minimum of 18 months. You have to be a brown belt a minimum of a year before you're eligible to even get it. So like right there, that's 3.5 years. Mm-hmm. Well, that's 3.5 years after getting your blue belt.
Exactly.
Right? So it doesn't count your white belt time. Now, with Cassia Mora, she was a blue belt in June of 2023, and she won Worlds in the gi in June of 2023, and she received her purple belt, right? So a way that you can skip your belt minimum is you can win Worlds.
Right.
If you win Worlds, then the minimum no longer applies to you. You are eligible to be promoted.
Right.
So in June of 2023, she won blue belt Worlds in the gi, and she got her purple belt. In December of 2023, she won no gi Worlds at purple belt and got her brown belt. In June of 2024, she won brown belt Worlds in the gi and got her black belt. So you're looking at like 366 days between wearing a blue belt and wearing a black belt, but all earned by winning the world championships at the belt level.
Yes.
Right? And then she went on to win the no-gi world championships in black belt.
And didn't BJ win black belt as a white belt?
Huh?
Wasn't he a white belt technically? Or no, he got his black belt first and then won Worlds.
I would imagine he got his black belt first and then won Worlds.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But he got it in a very short amount of time.
Yes, that's what, I don't know nothing about it, but yeah, that's what like the lore that I've been told. That's before my.
But see, even just using those two, and I'm sure there's some other examples. It's like those are
Travis Stevens allegedly
beings.
Got his black belt in like a year and a half.
Okay.
He was an Olympic judo player.
That makes sense, But like, okay, so then you have this chubby dude named Dale, who gets his in 3.5 years, right? To me, that like waters down the accomplishments of the actual. Because the other thing is we can look at this and we know that's fake. You know what I mean? Like we don't pay any mind to this. But there's like people out there who don't know better. And they're like, oh no, that guy's legit. And then that makes everyone who did something incredible like that look like they're worse. Yep. And okay, let me ask you this. Let's say that you were a Jake Shields black belt. Let's say that you were like a legit Jake Shields black belt. And then you see, actually, let me ask this. You were the first Warren Stout black belt. And that's a strong lineage, right? Mm-hmm. That comes straight from Henzo. You know what I mean? And you guys at home can go from Henzo all the way back. Like that's a strong lineage. How would you feel as his first black belt if you saw him in that picture?
I'd be bummed.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty bummed. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be pretty pumped about it. Now, on the other side of it, I know my black belt's legitimate because it has been tested in competition.
For sure.
Right? Like I've won matches against other black belts, right? And there was a time like where when I got my black belt, and I first off, I got my black belt, I was still like kind of focused on fighting, right? So I wasn't competing in like the jiu-jitsu scene. And then I retired and I was like, oh, let me jump into this jiu-jitsu scene. I have a black belt and like compete at the black belt level. And, it was tough. And, then I won some matches and I was like, oh, cool. And then I started to like even like question myself even further. And I was like, yeah, like, because once I started winning matches at black belt, I was like, okay, I'm a black belt, and this was in the adult division too, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with masters. Now
I'm competing.
Now I'm competing in masters, right? But at this time, I was in the adult division. I'd won matches, and then I was like, yeah, now I feel better about my black belt because I won matches in like the higher level, right? So it's like, okay, I proved it, and then I started questioning that, and I was like, well, what if those dudes suck? Yeah. And I was like, what if I'm just the best out of the dudes who suck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I watched them win matches,
right?
And then I was like, okay, we're good here. We're okay. This is fine. Fine. But yeah, I was like really like paranoid about it, and I was like, yeah, what if like like I suck and I'm not really good enough to be a black belt on the level that I was competing at, right? Like I knew knowledge and skill and time wise, I was like a black belt, but like maybe I'm not this level. Then I won some matches, and then I just even questioned that even further until they were winning matches. And I was like, okay, well they're winning matches too. So,
well, dude, all you had to do was pay these guys, however much he paid them, and then you could be a black belt too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, man, me too. It's a bummer. If anyone out there is trying to pay me and Mike exorbitant amounts of money to get a black belt, we're not for sale. Unless Coca-Cola, you guys are trying to sponsor us, and then we are. But yeah, dude, I very much don't like that.
All right, what's next on the docket?
Man, we got to talk about 319. That's what we're actually excited about.
Yes.
So something we'd said before the podcast was like a while back we'd been discussing this, and we're like, dude, Chimaev's going to smash DDP. And then Max was like, oh, no, if he gets later in the rounds, he could be good. And I was like, maybe. And then I don't know what it is because it's not that. But there's something that is telling me, I'm like, dude, I think DDP's got it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I've just got like something in the back of my head.
I can see it.
Okay, you know what I see in my head? I see Chimaev shooting on him. You know how he hits those like super low doubles?
Yeah.
I see him doing that and bouncing off DDP. You know what I mean? Like DDP just to me has like he is the final boss of the you don't know my mentality guys. You know what I mean? Like he's just like I'm tough. I'm an absolute monster. So what if my technique's not that good?
Bro.
But he's the real deal.
I can see him winning. This is a fight I'm very interested in. So the reason I wanted to talk about UFC 319 originally was because, I just saw the card this week and I was like, yo, this is a super sick pay-per-view. It goes down August 16th, takes place in Chicago, Illinois. But I wanted to get on it early, right? Like this episode, we have 2 more episodes before even this. So I don't want to go into too much detail through the fights, but I want to start getting people as excited as I am about it.
Yeah.
So we're headlined by DDP versus Chimaev, which is a super interesting fight, which as Will was saying, we were heavy on Chimaev and now we're kind of starting to like, the closer it gets, the more I'm like, I don't know. And then we have a co-main event. Now, I believe this co-main event was supposed to be Evloev versus Pico. No.
Oh,
the
that
original
was supposed to be...
was rumored to be Gaethje versus Patty.
Right.
That was the rumor that DDP started.
Yeah,
because when he was saying, "Oh, I'm fighting Chimaev on August 16th," he said the co-main event.
That's right. Yeah.
But was the Pico Evloev fight? When was that supposed to be? That was supposed to be yesterday.
That was supposed to be this past weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be on the pay-per-view, the last one. But yeah, you're right. It was Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Abu Dhabi.
So Evloev. Evloev withdrew from bout. Pico's hungry to fight. Boom. Here we go. Chicago, the undefeated Lerone Murphy steps in. What is Murphy ranked? Let's get these rankings up.
I want to say he's like 8 or so.
Oh, I thought he was higher than that, but that's probably right.
I could be wrong, but
You're probably right.
That's what my gut tells me.
6, 5, 6.
Oh, yeah, 6.
Yeah, there's 2 4s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. That reminds me. Go down to welterweight. Oh, they separated. So both Michael Morales, nothing happened, and they separated it.
Right,
Both Michael Morales and Buckley were both ranked 7th for a while. Remember? Because when we were doing the MMA Gable game, you remember that game, Max? That was a
Yeah,
good
I
game.
remember.
Me and Lucas
It's not
Jones were
working.
playing it through text, and I purposely picked Michael Morales because there were 2 people ranked at that spot. All right, cool. Yeah, so he's ranked 6th. Good start for Pico. What do you guys think? Does Pico have a chance?
Bro, I think Pico smashes him.
Oh, really?
I do. Which is a bummer because I like Murphy. I like his style. You know, he's an elusive striker. But, dude, I think Pico has the skills to cut the cage on him. I think he has the skills to stand with him. He's also, like, he hits hard. And Murphy, I don't think has, like, the best. I don't think he has, like, a bad chin. But I remember him getting stung up in one of his fights. I can't remember who it was now. But Pico hits really, really hard. And then also, if he takes him down,
Dan Ige.
game over. Ige's the one who stunned him up?
Yeah, remember? That was the
Oh,
the
yeah.
ultimate bet.
That's right. Dude, that was so sick.
So for a callback, who'd I have? I had
You
Danny
had-
Ige.
yep.
I took Danny Ige against Lerone Murphy because I was impressed with what Danny Ige did against your boy, Diego Lopez.
And you got him as a dog.
I got him as a dog, right? So Danny Ige's a dog, comes in, drops Murphy in the first round, wins the first round, right? Is like got some good top position or top cage. I can't remember exactly, but he drops him and wins the first round. So now the live odds switch. Now Danny Ige's the favorite, right? So you can cash out, right? So like they're like, oh crap, we're gonna lose this bet. So they offer you an opportunity to cash out, make some money, but not the full money you would have bet. Or you would have made. I was like, you know what? I think that drop was a fluke.
Which is crazy.
I cashed out, bro.
I'm watching it. Mike's like, dude, I think he's got it. Boom, cash out. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Look at what happened.
Yeah,
Like,
he's gonna win. He's gonna win. So I cash out, right? So I cash out and I make a profit, and I take all that money and I put it on Lerone Murphy, and he comes back and now he's the dog.
Yeah,
and now he's the dog. So he's running plus money, and he comes back and wins, and I'm like, oh, dude.
that made that fight so fun because like I was like rooting for Ige. I was like, yo, let's have your bet work out, and then
Right.
you were just like, nope, taking it out. I was like, no way.
Yeah, dude, I just switched on Ige right after the first round. Like Ige won that. I was dog running Ige. Ige won the first round. I said, fluke. I'm out of here.
And I thought you were so stupid.
I switched
And then
teams, dude.
The whole rest of the fight, you and I are cheering for Lerone Murphy so hard.
The third round was close though. But yeah,
Oh
he
man.
got it.
But
That
either
was-
way, yeah, I think that Pico chews him up.
I think that's gonna be a close fight.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, back to the card, Max.
Yeah, I'm also very non-objective in that because my man Six Gun is like heavily
Oh,
invested.
you know
in
what? I
Pico.
forgot about that. All right, we got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates.
I gotta go Prates in this.
I mean, I'm excited about the fight. I think it's a good matchup. I'm probably going to go Jeff Neal in this matchup. I just think, cigarettes.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to catch up to him at some point.
What team is Prates on now?
Yo, you're a savage, dude.
Did they not cut him?
I think he's
Did
like
they cut him?
he's like a bench warmer now.
Did they cut him?
No, they. I don't think they officially cut him, but I keep seeing him in like the background of Roofy's reels where he's like
Yeah.
sparring people. I'm like, oh, poor guy.
They're just like, you can't be in our social media anymore.
Yeah, dude, right? He's out.
Dude, it was literally like the day after the fight or something. They posted a video or picture or whatever of all of them except for Prates, and Mike texted it to us and was like, yo, he got cut.
They cut him, man. I wonder where he's training.
That's
Good
hilarious.
guy. Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. That's
This is
interesting.
awesome. At
Man,
middleweight.
you know what's crazy, dude, is Michael Page is the
I
favorite.
was about to say that. That's kind of crazy to me. Oh, dude, I don't know. Because Cannonier, it goes one of two ways. It's either Cannonier gets stuck in the MVP game and he stays on the outside and gets cracked, or he just runs through him and makes MVP play his game. So, like, it's very polarizing in my mind of, like, how this fight goes.
Yeah. Tim Elliott versus Kaya Sakura. When was Tim Elliott's last fight?
Wasn't it against... No, it wasn't. Never mind.
December 9th of 2023. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's coming
Oh,
up on.
wow.
Yeah, so it's like over 18 months. He
Interesting.
won, though.
Yeah. And he lost to that guy who the UFC hates.
Oh, that they cut? Makov?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Makai.
Yeah, but he's super good, though.
Yeah, he is. They should get him back. Flyweight needs him.
King Green, formerly the artist known as Bobby, fighting Diego Ferreira. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's going to be a good fight.
Dude, Gerald
Mearshart versus the other dude.
Dude, Mearshart has 1,000 fights.
You know, Oleksiejczuk is with the Fighting Nerds now.
Wow.
Wait,
Like,
wasn't he
regularly.
at 205?
Yeah.
It's a middleweight fight.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I remember there was a
His last fight might have been at 185. This might not be his first one.
But I'm right in thinking that there was a 205er at fighting, like a European 205er at the Fighting Nerds, right?
He was at 205 for a while.
Okay.
So he's down trying to take Kyle's spot.
Kyle's spot?
Kyle
Kaio's spot. Gotcha.
Kaio.
Yeah. Well, he joined the Fighting Nerds after Kyle beat him up.
And he's going at 205.
No, at 85.
Oh, so he's been down to 85.
I think he has fought at 205 before, but I think regularly he's an 85er.
Okay.
Well, he's a 3-1 favorite over Gerald Mearshart, which is outlandish. Gerald Mearshart's going to take him down and head arm triangle choke him.
Man, I hope so. Mearshart's one of those dudes who's like respected amongst fighters, but like I think the general fan base doesn't think he's very good.
Jessica Andrade versus Lupe Godinez. Chase Hooper versus
Ooh.
Alexander Hernandez.
Dude, that's a great fight.
That is, and Chase Hooper is a good favorite. Edson Barboza?
On the early prelims.
Dude.
They got Barboza on the early prelims.
What's his deal? Click on him. I mean, dude,
How
was
old is he?
47. No, how old is he? 39.
He's one of those dudes. He's like it's the Big Nog effect, where he's just been around forever.
He lost his last fight was Lerone Murphy, but he beat Sadiq Youssef.
He actually-
Q.
When he fought Lerone Murphy, Lerone kind of got saved by the bell in that fight too. Like at the very end of, I think it was the first round, Edson threw like an up kick that had Lerone like out, and he like collapsed into the guard, and then bell rang.
Man, that's what I'm talking about with Murphy. Is like if Pico catches him, it's different. Like Pico cracks.
Edson Barboza cracks.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like if he hurt him, you know.
I think there's a difference
you add
though
the ground
between
game.
like the hand power and speed of Barboza versus Pico. Like Pico's ability, like just like box with power, is I think different. Edson's boxing is a little bit more like
It's to set up his kicks.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you remember Edson Barboza, Terry Edom?
Dude, how could I forget? How could I forget? The
Cool.
wheel cook heard around the world. And we got some Brian Battle action.
Brian Battle versus Nursultan Ruziboev.
So they went with Ruziboev because they were like, all right, if we miss his weight, at least Ruziboev will just be like,
This
yeah,
is
that's
at
fine.
middleweight.
What was his last one? Welterweight?
Brian Battle was a welterweight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're both guys who made welterweight but are
Right.
now going to fight. Brian Battle's the favorite here.
The difference in records is crazy.
Click
That's
on
interesting.
Ruziboev.
I
real
think
quick.
I would take Ruziboev over Battle.
Man, I kind of want to. We'll go deeper into this stuff. Renzo Gracie, Philly.
Let's go.
Oh, he lost to Buckley. Okay. Other than that, dude, he's nice with it, dude.
Yeah. Getting finishes. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, he's 6'5", and he's like not skinny, you know?
Dude, I can't believe he fights welterweight on occasion because, like, I saw him in person. It's like light heavyweight,
Dude,
light 205er.
that's wild.
Yeah. And then Carini Silva versus JJ Aldrich round out the card. Such a solid card, like early prelims, main card.
Dude, for
super
sure.
solid. That's UFC 319, August 16th. At the time this airs, this will probably air Tuesday.
That's a max question.
Tuesday, July, tomorrow. I don't know the date. 2nd, 1st. How many days are even in July?
I don't know, man.
What's today?
Today's the 28th.
The 28th? So July 29th to August 16th. Set your countdowns.
Mike has promised to do a fight companion pod for this particular event. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it, but Mike said that he's got it.
What are you talking about, dude? I didn't say that.
Hey, man.
Who said that?
You.
I didn't say that, dude. I didn't say that at
Nah,
all.
I'm just playing with you.
No way, Jose.
It'd be fun, though, if we could.
Cody's calling me. He's powering through my Do Not Disturb. How do you do that? How you power through my do not disturb?
If
Cody?
anyone would know how, Cody knows how.
Cody's powering through it.
Shout out to Kohai Nation.
Kohai powering through the do not disturb. All right, so what else you guys got?
I think that's it, dude. I think that's all
Sounds
that's
good to
going
me,
on in
dude.
the world of MMA.
Max,
oh,
tell us
actually,
about your-
I got a question for you. Which comes first, UFC BJJ 2 or CJI? When is CJI?
UFC BJJ 2. It's this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look that up.
And they have
It
Tackett
might be
defending,
Thursday.
right?
I think it's Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah. Little Tackett defending the belt against Hanato Canuto. Mason Fowler versus David Garmo for the light heavyweight belt.
And are they doing MMA weight classes?
And Big Tackett. Yeah, they're doing MMA weight classes.
Okay.
And Big Tackett is fighting a middleweight bout. What's really crazy about this is, like, they're clearly doing, in my opinion, they're doing day before weigh-ins. Because Mason Fowler, big boy, right? David Garmo on a day before weigh-in, 100% could probably make, there's a chance he could make welterweight.
And this is light heavyweight?
This is light heavyweight. For example, David Garmo competes at 188 IBJJF. Let me explain to you what that means. That means that he's weighing in at like 186 because you have to weigh in with your kit on. Your kit counts. So you truly are probably making like 186 and a half, right? Because it's 188.6.
Okay,
so let's just say your kit weighs 2 pounds.
Right.
You're making 186 and a half and you're competing immediately after weighing in.
Yeah.
Right? Like you weigh in and your match is in like 8 minutes.
Right.
You know? And you're doing whole tournaments like that. So there's no way that, like, if he had to cut it, like, I bet you he could make 170 if he needed. And he's fighting for the 205-pound title against a dude who is, Mason Fowler's a big boy. William Tackett also in this middleweight bout against Kyle Chambers. William Tackett, for sure, can make 170. He's probably not going 170 because his little brother's the champ there. But, like, he walks around at like 181.
Which one of them went heavy and which one went light in
William went heavy because William's the older brother.
Okay, and he's actually like a little bit bigger, or they're about the same size?
He's a little bit, maybe like a little bit bigger.
Yeah, gotcha.
But William is phenomenal. Right now Andrew's on fire, getting a lot of like recognition, and deservedly so. But William is just like such a technician. William recently coming off of a win on the most recent UFC Fight Pass Invitational before they started the UFC BJJ over Achilles Rocha in like 30 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how UFC BJJ
Can you scroll down
does.
this card for me, Max? I'm interested. So we got Raquel Canuto versus Mo Black. Okay. Oh, Kennedy Maciel. Megan Grandotti. Tammy Musumeci, that's Mikey's sister. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, cool. All right, solid card. And that is, in fact, this Thursday, if I could scroll up a little more. Yep.
Yeah.
Thursday, July 31st. Coming to you on Fight Pass, or is it
YouTube.
on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
On YouTube. Nice. So everybody can watch it.
That's sick.
Awesome. All right. Max, how was your vacation?
It was good. We had a good time.
Where'd you
a lot
go?
of fun. We went to Sandbridge Beach, just south of Virginia Beach. So it was nice. I was telling Will we got to go to a gym down there. Shout out House of Muay Thai in
House
Virginia
of Muay
Beach.
Thai. Nice.
Yeah.
How's your tan?
So much better than it was last year. I'm not falling apart right now. I don't have like blisters and boils all over me, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Did you use sunscreen?
This time I did. Yeah.
What SPF did you rock?
That's a good question for one of the women in my life.
I was going to say, it's whatever your mom brought.
Yeah. Not something I'm going to know. I just took the spray bottle and used it.
Do you know how SPF works? Do you use sunscreen?
Yeah.
Do you know how it works?
On like a molecular level, no.
No, on like the higher the number, is it the higher the number, the more protection, or the lower the number, the more protection?
You're going to ask you for like chemistry equations. Like, dude, I don't know. The higher the number, the more protective it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, that's it for us. Check out all our pages, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out our merch store. That's on the internet, and you can get it from our Instagram bio. Or you can just go to listentoyourcoaches.com. Either way, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.